Hey everyone, this is Russell. I want to welcome you guys to today's funnel hack training. I want to make sure you guys can see my screen and you can hear me. Our last training I went on for like 10 minutes before my screen was showing. So, all right, cool. You guys can hear it. All right, sweet. We've got an awesome group today too, which is exciting. And there's a lot of you guys on here. Sweet. All right, so I'm excited for today's training. If you got my email, you saw we kind of are doing things a little bit out of order today because the automated webinar funnels. We've been working on one of our own automated webinars, and as you'll notice this inside ClickFunnels, as we need something, we start playing with it, and then we're like, oh, what if we did this and this and this? And so over the next week to a week or so, we've got a bunch of new updates coming out with automated webinars. And so I wanted to wait until we have those because a lot of them are a big deal and will dramatically impact your success with them. And so I didn't want to like rush this one now and then come back later. And so that's kind of the game plan. I thought, this week, let's move ahead. We'll do membership sites and then we'll move back and do automated webinars as soon as we got some of these new features and stuff in there. So is that all right with you guys, hopefully? All right, cool. So today's gonna be membership sites, and I'm excited for this because just kind of a backstory. I've been doing this business now for about 12 years, and it's funny because I've had a lot of ups and downs, as I'm sure you guys have. And as an entrepreneur, I don't normally share with my audience the downs, but we've had downs in our company. And I remember when I first got started, it was just me, and I was doing these things, and I was selling stuff online, and people were buying stuff, and it was so exciting. And then a little while later, I was kind of lonely. I don't know if you guys ever feel this as an entrepreneur, where you're kind of when you're kind of you don't have people to talk to, no one really understands you, and you're working 80 hours a week making $0 an hour because you believe in something, you got a vision and a dream, and it was hard to relate to other people when I was going through this. And so I remember I was kind of lonely, and one day one of my friends, he got excited about what I was doing, and he's like, man, this is cool, I want to do this. And he asked me questions about it, and I was so excited. I was like, what if I just hired him? That way I'd have somebody here that could talk to me about this all day long. So I ended up hiring him, and then I hired some of my other friends, and eventually I had 5 or 6 of my friends working for me. And it was funny because they didn't know what they were doing, and I'd been hustling and making some money, but I didn't know what they wanted to do either. And I didn't know how to train them, or I had no idea what was happening. And so it was really, really tough. And what was interesting that I found out when you start growing a business and you have employees and things like that, that while as an entrepreneur, you know that you get paid when you sell something, but employees like to get paid every 2 weeks, whether they sell anything or not. And it became this really weird thing where like they come and say, hey, we need a paycheck. And I'm like, we haven't sold anything. They're like, well, I still got to get paid. That's how it works. And so I had to like pay them. And then 2 weeks later, they want to get paid again. And so I started going into this reactive mode where I would lock my door and try to sell stuff and try to do things all day just to pay payroll. And then these guys were out there wondering what they should do. And it was just it was the reason why entrepreneurs shouldn't manage businesses, basically. So that was kind of this struggle I was going through. And I remember that this little business I had got to the point where it literally almost went bankrupt. I was the end of it was actually Christmas time. And I remember I was outside. I was freezing cold outside. I was hanging up Christmas lights around my house, and I had the most sick feeling in my stomach where I was just like, I have to let go all my friends tomorrow because I've got no way to pay payroll. Like I've got nothing. And I was thinking about like, what can I do? How can I save this? How can I need something. And so one of the ideas that came to my head, and I'd seen some people do with this. I saw Dan Kennedy and Bill Glazer's company do this. They had what they call the continuity program, or a membership program, where people sign up and they pay you each month. And I thought, if we had something like that, it would give us some stability where every single month we had money coming in. And so we stepped back and we started figuring out how can we create some continuity income. And I had this idea. We put it together in a night because literally it was like the next day I was gonna have to fire everyone. So instead I had called them up. I have an idea. Come on in the office. We tried to figure this thing out. And we launched this little funnel. And the funnel was giving away a free DVD, which was a 2-hour presentation of me speaking. And then with that, they got a free 30-day trial to this newsletter I had created, this print newsletter. And then after that, 30 days later, if they wanted to stay on it, then we billed them $30 a month, or maybe it's $40 a month. Anyway, whatever it was, we did that. So put the whole campaign together. We launched it, and in the very first month, we sold 800 of these DVDs, which meant we had 800 people that were on this continuity program. And so what's the math on that? I'm not the mathematician in the room. So you got 800 people times $40. 32,000. So 30 days later, excuse me, we made some money because we had like some upsells after the DVDs, and we ended up calling people and selling coaching, a couple other things like that, which got us so we could, I didn't have to fire everyone during Christmas, which was cool. But the most exciting thing is 30 days later, boom, the rebills hit. And so like I just did the math on my calculator here. So $32,000 came through. And I was a little bit lower than that because obviously we had some cancellations and stuff, but $32,000 came through the next month. And it came through, I remember it was January, it came to the office, and boom, $32,000 came in about a week, where I didn't have to do anything new for that. I didn't have to come up with a new idea. Excuse me, I didn't come up with a new product, or it just came through. And we had $30,000, and it paid for my payroll. It gave me a nice chunk of money. And then anything else we did that month on top of that was just gravy. It was just free money. And I remember thinking, man, like, how did I run a business before I had continuity? Like, I have no idea how I even survived. I don't know how anyone survives without some kind of continuity. And I remember I was talking to one of my friends, one of my mentors. His name's David Fry, and we were talking about this concept of like continuity. And he, this is probably 4 or 5 years ago, he said that his New Year's resolution was, I need to focus on how to get more continuity in my business. And that was his entire driving focus for a year. And they said something after that had a huge impact on me. He says, if you don't have continuity, then you don't have a business. And I started thinking about that. I thought, that's so true. Like it changes your ability to perform and do things when you know that every month you wake up and there's X amount of dollars coming in the bank account before the month even starts. And if you don't have that, then you're literally living by the seat of your pants. I was talking to two of my friends today, and they literally launched a product, I would say at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. I was like, man, why do you guys launch so much stuff? I'm like, you need to build, you need to change this away from a launch business where you're just throwing out ideas and doing things, and transform it into a continuity business where you've got some stability and you can actually grow a good business. And so that's kind of what this training is about, is for you guys, is because I want you guys being successful. I want you guys having the cash flow you need, because cash flow is king, as we know, in a business. And like my friend David Fry said, that if you don't have continuity in your business, then you don't have a business. And so that's what this is about. Now, when we first created ClickFunnels, we kind of went back and forth, like, should we create membership sites or not, or should we just do sales funnels? Like, how should we do this? And it came down to like realizing that like one of the staples everyone needs is a membership site. Even if they're selling one-off products, you still need a place to house these products. After somebody buys, they can log in, they can download it, they can get all that stuff. And so we decided to go and create membership sites. And so I'm really excited. I'm really proud of the membership site builder we have inside ClickFunnels. We've been using it like crazy. And so we're going to be showing you guys that today. But before we did that, I wanted to just, again, part of these calls, I like to focus on the strategy, because again, I think that's important for you guys, is to think about the strategy, not just, how to execute it, because the strategy is important. If you get the strategy right, it makes it a lot easier than if you get the strategy wrong. In fact, in our high-end coaching programs, when everyone comes in, usually within the first 2 weeks or so, I get on the phone with everyone for an hour, and I look at the business. I try to get the strategy right, because if you have the right strategy, you can run in the right direction and be successful. If you have the wrong strategy, it doesn't matter how fast you're running or how hard you're trying or how many hours a day you're putting in. If you run in the wrong direction, you're never going to get to where you want to go. And so that's why we do those strategy things. And that's why we're focusing on the strategy here as well for you guys. So this is some of the strategies. So I'm going to talk about two kind of core strategies. One's a membership site, and one's called a micro continuity site. And there's some cool things about both of these that are important. So I'm going to talk about those. So first thing is that I am about to launch a new continuity program, and it's a part membership site, part newsletter, and I'm really excited for it. And so this is something that I'm launching here, hopefully next week. I want to launch it during Christmas, and you'll see why here in a minute. But this is kind of the page. So I built this in ClickFunnels, and I'm very proud of it. I did this all by myself for the most part. I had a little help on a couple pieces, but this is the continuity funnel, okay? And so you see up here, I've got a video of me talking about the continuity program. I've got this really cool block here where you can put in your shipping address, and the next step you put in your billing address. And this is going to be a new template here. Hopefully in the near future, we'll be inside of ClickFunnels. We're doing our first testing on it right now. So I'm going to make sure it works and that it converts and that it doesn't break. And then we're going to allow you guys to have access to this as well. And then down here, I kind of have a long form sales letter selling the continuity program. Okay. Now, when we used to run continuities back in the day, at the peak of my, so we've done software continuity programs, which if you think about ClickFunnels, it's a continuity program. We've done print newsletters. We published a print newsletter for about 7 years, I believe, where every single month we shipped out a print newsletter. We've done membership sites, we've done a whole bunch of things. And so there's a lot of ways to do this. But again, my favorite variation is kind of a blend of both of those. So there's an online component and also an offline component. I want you to understand you don't have to do that. These things work just as good, if not better, sometimes just having 100% online. Okay. Now, one of the things that we learned when we were launching our continuity programs, and this is again more of the strategy and not something you have to do, but something that just a smart thing to think about is continuity is typically a little bit harder of a sell. Because if you're selling a product, you're convincing someone to say, okay, this is how much this product is worth, right? When you're doing your sales funnel, you're saying, here's my ebook, or here's my course, or here's my physical product, whatever it is, this is what it's worth. And you got to convince somebody that that's what it's worth. And if you can show that it's worth more than the money for somebody, then that person's going to trade you for it, right? It's just a pretty simple process there. And so that's kind of the easier way to sell something. When you're selling continuity, you're kind of making two sales. Okay, one sell is that this thing that you have is of a lot of value. And second off, they have to keep paying for it every single month to have continued access to it. And so typically it's a little bit harder of a sell. Does that make sense, you guys? So I want you to understand. That part of it for sure. All right. Now, all right. So what we do is I try to create an offer. This all comes down to the offer building stuff, right? Like I try to create an offer that's so irresistible that they want it. Like you think about Sports Illustrated. I don't know if they still do this, but I remember when I was a kid, and people like Sports Illustrated was a subscription, right? And you paid whatever a month, and they'd send you out Sports Illustrated magazine, and they'd sell Sports Illustrated. But the way they sold Sports Illustrated is, hey, there's this monthly thing that was really cool, but if you sign up today, we're going to give you this huge football clock, right? We're going to give you this huge whatever the thing is, and that's how they would get somebody to get on it, okay, by giving away the premium. And so when I first started doing this, I actually when I first met Dan Kennedy. In fact, I'm going to show you their funnel. So I joined their coaching program, and let me pause this. Okay. I joined their high-end coaching program, and this is about the time I launched my continuity, and I looked at the way that they were structuring theirs. Okay, this all comes back to everything we talked about in Funnel Hacks. Find someone doing something successful and model it, right? So what they were doing is they had this really cool newsletter, and it was they would give someone they call it the most incredible free gift ever. So you sign up, and I think you paid like $20, and they send you this this huge kit with books and DVDs and CDs and all these things. Excuse me. And they call it the most incredible free gift ever. And it's $633.91 in free money making direct marketing tools. And then they do that, and then part of the offer is we're going to give you this, but the pitch is we're not just going to give it to you. We're gonna exchange it, you get this when you join the continuity, when you become part of the newsletter, right? So that's kind of the concept behind that thing. And when I met these guys, so Dan Kennedy, it was his business, but it was run by Bill Glazer. And at the time, Bill Glazer said they had 14,000 people on continuity. Okay, now I was doing the calculations on this, and I'll show you on my little calculator. 14,000 people times $49.95 a month was $699, so almost $700,000 a month just from this continuity program. And what was cool is that the way that Bill and Dan kind of explained it to me, which I thought was really cool, they said that their entire business focuses around their continuity program. Okay, again, this works for membership sites or whatever, but it focuses around continuity. Says that their goal is to get all their free people, all their subscribers to get into paid continuity. When they're in paid continuity, he says basically every single month they're paying for you to be able to send them stuff and build a relationship and all these really, really cool things. And for them, their entire business focused around membership. How do we get people? How do we get them to stick? How do we give them a good experience? And as their membership grew, then their live events grew, and then people would go back and more people would buy their other products and other services. And I still remember to this day, Dan told me, he said that the metric they look for, said for every 1,000 members that they have in continuity, that'll equal $1 million in sales inside of their business. And I was like, "Whoa, that's cool." So I started, my first goal is I just want 1,000 people on my continuity program. And so I focused on that, and we got it. And sure enough, pretty close to almost identical to what he said, we averaged about $1 million in our business from that. And we started focusing it into 2,000 members, and 3,000, keep growing it up. Okay. And so that's kind of the concept behind why membership's important, and why I think that having continuity is it's such an important thing to figure out how to add it into your business. And again, it doesn't have to be print newsletters like Dan's or like mine, but it does need to be something that's like the glue of your business. It's the central point. and it's basically it's where all of your best customers and subscribers are going to pay you for monthly access to you or to your tools or whatever it might be. Okay. Now, this is my offer here. In fact, if you guys want to see my little video, my promo video for this, I can play it real quick if you want, or we don't have to if you don't want to. I hope you guys want to. All right, so you guys want to hear it. Okay, now I'm not doing this for you to sell it to see it, but I'm showing you guys how I'm pitching a newsletter, but I'm selling through this premium. Okay, so I think the video is like 5 minutes long or so. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it through GoToWebinar, but you should be able to hear it. So I'll play it, and hopefully it's cool for you guys. I might cut it out before it's over. After I feel like you guys have got the point of what I'm trying to share, but just so you see kind of how I pitch a premium with the continuity.
I showed all of our. Hey everyone, my name is Russell Brunson, and I got a really cool offer for you today that I think you're really going to like. So as most of you know, about a year ago, we launched a book called .com Secrets Labs, 108 Proven Split Test Winners. And we went through all of the different businesses that I own and about 6 different markets. We showed all of our split testing results, what worked, what didn't work. We showed all the conversion rates. And it was the first time I think anyone in our industry had ever actually kind of like showed everything. Most people are very, I always hear marketers quote like, oh, we got a 30% bump or a 30% decrease, and they're always really vague with their terms. Where I showed all of our analytics data, I showed the split test, what worked, what didn't work, and just kind of gave everything. And I know a lot of you guys actually got that book. If not, it's free. Just go to .comsecretslabs.com and you can get a free copy. It's got 108 of our best split tests. But over the last year, what's been frustrating for me is that we keep testing things and we keep learning things. There's all these new things that we've discovered that have been coming out, and I've never had a way to kind of share all this other results and tests and everything with anybody. And so what I wanted to do is we wanted to actually launch a new version of our news of that book, but more instead of a book format where it's printed once and it's kind of done, we wanted to make a monthly version where every single month I can share with you exactly what we're doing today, what split tests we ran last week and last month, and what happened, and so that you guys can get these things in real time coming to you, and you can make the same tweaks and updates to your website without having to rely on something that it was flat out it was tests we ran a year ago. And so for those of you guys who are interested in getting the most up-to-date cutting edge information, we are launching a print version of .com Secrets Labs, which is kind of exciting. And I'm going to try and show you what it looks like. So every single month you're going to get a mini version like this. It's not going to be, the book's like 150 pages long. This will be a lot less, but every single month you're going to get a bunch of tests, anywhere from 2 to 10 different tests that we've run in one of our businesses, either our supplement business, our coaching business, our info product business, or one of our businesses. And you'll see the different split test winners that we're running. And so that's the first component of the monthly newsletter, which is by far my favorite. It'll look just like a mini version of the .com Secrets Labs book, so you'll be able to see everything and just have a really clear picture of what we ran, what tests worked this month. The next thing you're going to get is I've tried to go through everything that we've been doing and teaching over the last 10 years and really break down things into a really simple process. For example, right here, this is my perfect webinar script. And some of you guys may have heard me talk about this in the past, but this is basically 10 years of me trying to figure out how to sell on a webinar. And it started with me one time getting invited to speak at a seminar. I got up on stage, didn't know what I was doing, and I tried to speak and I tried to sell, and nobody bought anything. It was so embarrassing. And I was so embarrassed, I wanted to figure out how the whole speaking world worked and how I could sell things. And so for over a year, for almost 10 years, I went into, I think, probably 8 or 9 different public speaking trainings, from Bill Glazer's to Dan Kennedy's to Armin Morin's to Jason Fladlin's, just every single one of them. I tried to figure out different ways, and I kept getting better and better at perfecting my pitch. And over 10 years, every time I would learn something new, I tweak it, I tweak the script. And right now I created what I feel is the perfect webinar, which is why we call it the perfect webinar script. And this is basically how it works. And for example, we had a webinar idea about, as the time I'm recording this, about 3 weeks ago. I went through, I pulled out this script, I opened a PowerPoint, I built out the slides, and I followed this process to a T. And within 3 weeks of creating that presentation, we did over $1 million. And so this is an example of one script that we have in our company. I've got a whole bunch of them. So each month you're gonna get one of these scripts along with a CD or DVD of me teaching how this process works. Okay, so that's what the monthly newsletter is basically going to be. It's going to be a bunch of our split tests. It's going to be a script, and it's going to be either a CD or a DVD training on how to implement this script. And every single month it's going to be a different one. Like one month it'll be maybe our sales video script. Another month might be our upsell script, and just different things. You can take that, use the script, model it, and almost instantly start getting more success faster in your business. So that's what the monthly newsletter is. Okay. Now the next question is like, Russell, how much is it going to cost? And I'll have all the information down below in the page. But the reality is, this doesn't cost you anything. This is an investment, because one little tiny split test, one tweak to your website can increase your sales 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, what's that worth to you? Okay, so I don't want you thinking about the price, but I want you thinking about what the value is and how any one of these little tweaks. Example, if you took this, if you don't have a webinar, you take the script, listen to the DVD, create your first presentation. For me, it was $1 million. For you, I don't know what it's going to be. It's probably not going to be $1 million, but I promise you it's going to be a lot more than the monthly fee that you're spending. But I know that everyone's kind of skeptical and they want proof before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more cool thing, is to bribe you to join our newsletter. I'm going to give you guys what I think is an irresistible offer. So this is what it is. I'm going to give you everything here for free when you join the newsletter today. Now, I'm going to walk through things. First thing, this is my .com Secrets Ignite Masterclass. This is a 3-hour class that I go through all of the funnel psychology that we do with our sales funnels. I talk about front-end funnels versus back-end funnels versus middle of the value ladder funnels. We talk about all the different sales scripts. We go through pretty much everything that I've done over the last 10 years and break it down in a really simple format. And we break it down in all little drawings kind of like this. I don't know about you, but this is how I learned the best. And so along with these 3-hour DVDs, you're going to get this book right here that has all the handouts in the DVDs. We're going to see all the different things. You're going to see our soap opera sequences, our daily Seinfeld emails. You're going to see our sales scripts, like all the different things that we talk about inside of the DVDs you'll get here in this little book as well. Now, I've had people who I've sent this to who literally said they took this book, they cut it open, and they glued all these things on the wall next to their desk. They want to be able to see everything at once and have a really good picture of it. So you're going to get 3-hour training for free. You're going to get the handouts for free. You're going to get this right here for free, which this is an hour-long DVD and a story about a company that hired me a little while ago. They were doing well. They're making about $1 million a year in sales, but they weren't profitable and they were struggling. They wanted to figure out what to do. And so this DVD and this workbook here is called the Transformation. And I actually went to their office and I show an entire business transformation where we took them when they were struggling to make ends meet to after I left, within about 30 to 60 days after I left, they launched their new sales funnels and were averaging anywhere from $25,000 to $35,000 a day. And so this kind of shares that whole story. And so for you, if you're stuck or you're struggling or whatever, and you just want some hope and you just want to see what a transformation looks like, you have a chance to watch this. And I think you guys really enjoy that. And the last cool thing you'll get for free is one of our .com Secrets t-shirts. If you look at this shirt, I'm sure you've seen some people with these on the internet. This is my shirt that we designed, and we gave away a few limited editions a little while ago. But it says on here, I'm a list building, internet marketing, product creating, sales funnel building, traffic driving, sales generating, copywriting, conversion optimizing machine. And so this is the official t-shirt of internet marketers. Now that you're part of the club, you need to have one. So that's the offer, you guys. When you join our monthly newsletter, which again, the price of it is so minuscule compared to what it's going to do for your business, we're going to send you this entire package for free. And I promise you guys, I've had people who told me that this training alone was worth more than any $2,000 course they've ever bought in the past. I believe that. And you guys get it for free when you sign up today. So that's the game plan, you guys. This is the offer. It's the newsletter. This is the bribe to get you in. And I know that when you start implementing these things, it's going to change your guys' businesses and change your life. So click on the button down below, subscribe. I'm going to send you this stuff out. And then from this point forward, every month, you're going to get some of these amazing things in the mail. They're going to show you exactly what's working for us today. And all you got to do then is just model it. Okay. It's going to take out tons of the guesswork and the trial and error and all these things from you guys. And I'm just curious, like, what would that be worth to you? What would it be worth for you to literally shortcut, $40, $50, $60,000 in split test on running every single month, and I just give it to you on a silver platter? Okay, I promise you it's worth a lot more than what I'm asking to join the newsletter. So all you got to do is join the newsletter down below. You'll get this gift, and every month you have a chance to see behind the scenes of what we're doing, what's working, get our scripts, get everything, and I think you're going to love it. So join down below, you guys, and I'll see you in the first newsletter.
All right. Do you guys like that? I got like probably 12 of you guys asking me if you can buy it. I'm sorry, it's not for sale right now. Hopefully next week we're going to have it live, but I want to show you that for a couple reasons. Okay. There's a right way to do continuity and there's a wrong way. The wrong way, and I see so many people do this, is where they'll give away. So like if I would have pitched this where I'm like, hey, here's this entire marketing course, get it for free right here. And then the fine print, it's like, oh, by the way, if you forget to cancel, I'm going to bill you $49.97 for the rest of your life. Okay. That's the wrong way. A lot of people do that. It's unethical. You get angry customers. Nothing good can come from it. Okay. And so I don't want you to do that. The way I do, I'm very upfront and very apparent. Like, this is a bribe. This is not something that, like this, it is what it is. And I want to be very clear about that. Okay. Now I mentioned that because continuity can be a good thing in your business. It can also be a bad thing if you do it wrong. If you do it right, it's like one of the most amazing tools ever. If you do it wrong, it can destroy your business almost overnight. In fact, one of our coaching clients, I'm not going to share his name, but he did it the wrong way the first time. He got all his merch accounts shut down. He got on TMF list and just a whole bunch of really bad things by doing it the wrong way. Okay. So for me, like if, and I tell people this all the time, when I look at continuity, I don't like this being the very first funnel that somebody's introduced to me through. Okay. Because I don't like my very first transaction being like, hey, sign up and I'm going to bill you every single month. Because a lot of times if you do that, it starts the relationship off on the wrong foot. Okay. I love it as my second funnel. So after somebody's bought a free plus shipping thing, or they bought, some product from me or something like that, I love having this be the next thing where it's like, hey, thanks so much for buying, whatever. We've got this really cool monthly program that would love to have you be part of, and then push them to that. Does that make sense? So if you look at my funnels, this is not typically the first funnel. This is typically the second funnel somebody will see in our sequence, because I don't like leading. I personally don't like leading with continuity. I like leading with just, I don't know if that makes sense. It's like if you were to go on a date with a girl, and the very first date she like wants to go steady with you, right? Or whatever. I've been married so long, I don't even know what people call it nowadays, but it's kind of weird, right? And same thing, like if your first transaction with someone's like, hey, pay me every month for the rest of your life, it's just kind of weird. And so I don't personally like it, but I love it as a second thing. You notice in my video, I talk about this thing they probably bought right ahead of time, which was the book. And that's where I introduce it. So that's just some ideas for me and some strategy stuff to think about. Okay. Now, again, you can replicate this. It does not have to be a print. In fact, for most of you guys, I don't recommend doing a print thing. I'm just doing print because there's a secondary strategic reasons why I'm doing it. I like to be able to ship something to people in the mail. I like to be able to have them financing mail going to my best customers' houses, so I can put an insert letter in there and things like that. But I've seen people make as much, if not more, money just doing it all through online membership sites. But I still think that if you're going to sell continuity, you've got to make the offer so good. So like giving something, because it's just like join my membership site and every single month we're going to bill you, is not a good offer. Saying, hey, we've got this continually training. Like for example, one of the people I was talking to 2 days ago, actually, in our coaching program about their continuity program, they've got these really cool templates that they can give their people every single month. So their continuity is like every month a new template. I'm like, that's awesome. But not many people are going to want to sign up and just get a new template, right? Like they'll stay on it for the template, but they need something bigger to push them over the edge because it's such a big commitment. And so for her, we were talking about, she's got like a 90-minute or maybe a 2-hour long training where she goes over this whole thing and the strategy and all that stuff. And so I'm like, that's what you're giving away for free. It's like, hey, I got this, the way I would pitch it is, hey, I've got this strategy, this is how it works. And I just did a 2.5, 3-hour training teaching this. And I'm going to give it to you guys for free if you join my template club. Now, what I'm going to be showing you the strategy is how to use these templates. You're going to need them very, very badly. But, and so, this is my offers. You sign up for the template club. My bribe is I'm going to give you this entire training, which is going to give you this, right? So yeah, that's kind of how I structure my things. Is that helpful, you guys? I hope. All right. Cool. All right, cool. So that is the continuity program. And continuity, basically somebody signs up and they pay you every single month till forever, right? That's the goal. And so that's what a continuity program is. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is a concept that we call micro continuity. And this is something that 5 or 6 years ago, maybe it's longer than that now, 7, man, I'm getting older. I can't remember, a bunch of years ago, we kind of created this thing out of kind of out of necessity. Like we didn't really invent it on purpose, but it just kind of happened, and it was this cool thing. And I remember we discovered it one day, and we created this thing, we rolled it out, and it worked. And like 2 days later, I had a workshop in our office people were coming to, and I had this other curriculum I was going to teach. And I was so excited by this concept of micro continuity that when everyone showed up, I said, hey guys, we were going to teach this, but I'm changing it because this is what I'm excited about right now. And we taught this micro continuity concept. And then after that, we did a product launch around it. And we ended up helping so many people create micro continuity programs. And I haven't talked much about it for a long time. And one of the main reasons why I never did is because it was hard to create a micro continuity program from a technical standpoint. But what's cool is inside of ClickFunnels, it is so easy. And so I want to explain that concept as well, so you understand it. And after you understand it, when we log into ClickFunnels, you'll see how we execute on it and why it's so exciting. So I'm actually going to open up Paintbrush so I can kind of map out the strategy behind how this works. Okay. So a micro continuity program, the way it works is somebody, typically will come and they will see your video where you're selling it. So there you are in your video. They're going to sign up right here. When they sign up, then they go into the members area or whatever. But what happens, they start getting drip content, right? So they'll get Lesson number 1. And all the micro continuity sites I did were always weekly. So week 1, they'd get this lesson. Week 2, they'd get this lesson. Week 3, they'd get this lesson. And I would have this go out for a while, right? So we had some micro continuity programs that were 6-week long programs. We had some that were 6 month. We had some that were 12 month. We had some that were just a whole bunch of different things, but they were finite. I call them micro continuity because they're micro. They're finite. They don't go forever. So somebody would join this membership site and say, "Hey, I'm going to teach you this concept, right? So we're going to teach you, for example, we're going to teach you how to use Facebook ads to drive traffic to your website. And this is a 14-week program, and each week we're going to give you one piece of it. And so you sign up, and it's $30 a month for 4 months or whatever that is, right? So I knew that. So they knew that it was going to end. So it was $30 a month, and it lasted for 4 months, let's say. So I was going to make $120. But for them, because they knew it was finite and it was going to end, our retention rate was way higher. Okay, we'll find when you do a typical membership site, average retention rate on the low end's like 3 months and the high end's like 8 months. And so I started getting tired of creating content every single month forever. I was like, let's shorten this and give everyone the same thing, and just, if they're going to stay for average 5 months anyway, let's just make this 5 months and make it a process where instead of a lot of membership sites, you log in and there's like a whole bunch of stuff. It's kind of like walking into a library. You walk in, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and people get overwhelmed. They don't know what to do, and they just kind of cancel. What's cool about a micro continuity program is you log in and you're just given week number 1, boom, and then a week later you get the second one, and the third one, and the fourth one, and the end of it kind of ends. Okay, so that's basically what a micro continuity program is. It's just a fixed term, finite continuity program where it doesn't go forever. It's not till death do you part. It's just until the program is over. And because we would chop up these weekly lessons and give them one action step, people's success rate inside of these kind of programs usually is a lot higher than a typical continuity program. Anyway, so there's a lot of really good benefits of it. So the way we always structured ours is we'd have each week like a 15-minute video lesson and then an assignment. And then it would just push them from one week to the next and just keep kind of pushing them through this whole process. One of my favorite success stories of micro continuity was a girl named Joy Anderson, and she was awesome. She had started these daycares in her home and turned it into a really good business. In fact, I was talking to her a little while ago. She now has like 4 or 5 of these daycares that she's created. And a lot of people have asked her, like, how do you do that? Like, I would love to do my own daycares. And so she created a micro continuity program teaching that. And it was like I think it was a 6 or an 8 month long coaching program that was broken down into 15-minute videos with each piece of what they need to do this week. This week you got to do this. Next week you got to do this. And it was very finite, very step-by-step focused. And she had just tons of success stories with it. She made a lot of money with it as well. Excuse me. So just another kind of cool way. So does that make sense, you guys? So that's another strategy. Which is a micro continuity. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that here inside of ClickFunnels as well. Okay, excuse me. I have a cough today for some reason. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to log into ClickFunnels. And really quick, I'm going to show you guys. You'll be able, if you guys want to see my continuity funnel that I'm building out for this whole thing, I'll show you mine, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the whole thing later. Or excuse me, then we'll build one together. But this is what my funnel looks like. So this is going to be my squeeze page. And it looks like this. Joy.com secrets and get this $497 marketing gift for free. Boom. So I'll have that, and it'll click open and it'll have a pop-up. I built this, you guys, by the way, inside of ClickFunnels by myself with my lack of tech skills. So I'm very proud of it. So there's my squeeze page, first page in the funnel. Second page you guys already saw. Boom, right there. And then third page, I have an upsell. Probably, I haven't decided what my upsells are going to be. These are my upsells on a different product, so I just kind of put them in as placeholders. But I'll probably have an upsell here, and then maybe a downsell if they say no. I'm not positive yet, though, if or what the upsells will be. I haven't gotten that far in it yet, but there's my upsell downsells, and after they buy, then they'll drop into the members area with a creator account, and then right here. So I still haven't built out the members part yet, but that's my funnel, guys. Very simple funnel. Squeeze, sales, one-time offer, maybe 2 one-time offers in the members area. Okay, so let me come over here, and I'm actually I'll make the screen bigger now since we don't need that. I'm gonna blow this up for you guys so you'll be able to see everything a little bit better. All right. Get rid of these. There's my squeeze page blown up if you want to see. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna come here and make a membership site. So first step, obviously, is create funnel. And then I'm going to create a membership funnel. Click on create funnel. Now the membership funnel, oops. The membership funnels, when you create them, it's kind of funny. We call them membership funnels, but like it doesn't, it's not really a funnel. All that comes in here when you first launch it is the membership access page and then the members area template. And so a lot of people have been kind of confused by this. And so I want to explain this so you understand the concept really, really quick. So the members area, this is where you're going to create out the actual membership site. Membership access, this is where you're going to edit the registration page and the login page and the forget password page. Okay, and so there's two different pages here that kind of come with inside of a membership site. I think that in the future we may tweak this process a little bit because I still think it's not 100% clear. So I know the UI guys are kind of working on that, but that's kind of it. So first I'm going to pick the create account page. So I'm going to pick that template here. And then after that's done, then I'm going to create my membership template. I love the funnel hacks one. I always choose that one right now. So I know we got a couple other cool designs coming out soon, but that's of these ones right here. That's my favorite for sure is this funnel hacks one. So that one is there now. Now a couple things that you'll notice, and we're going to dig deeper here in a minute as we start adding products and stuff. But you notice that right here there's a link, and if you hover over it, it says page link. So that's the page link someone can go to. I think that's the registration, isn't it? Let me click on it and see. I'm already logged in. So sometimes when you're doing, I'm not sure if you guys know, sometimes when you're building stuff, one of the cool tricks is if you're using Google Chrome, there's a little button called incognito. You click on these little three lines over here, you click on incognito, and it opens up the window, and there's a little dude with the hat on, and it'll show it to you as if you don't have any cookies and stuff like that. Because like right now I clicked on that and it's already showing me logged in because I'm admin. So I'm just gonna copy this, and then now I'll paste it here to incognito. And you will see this should be, yep, the login account. So that's the link for somebody to log in. And then down here, you'll see there's the secret thank you page link. So if I send that to somebody, they can create an account without paying or anything. And then here's the member login page. Okay. So that's sometimes if someone buys and they don't get access or whatever, I just send them the secret link and it just makes my job a lot easier. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to show a couple other things in a minute, but first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna actually create out my members area. So hopefully, if you guys haven't done this part yet, this part is so much fun, and it's one of my favorite parts. So if you haven't done this yet, make sure you guys just go in there and play with it. Just make a fake members area. But it's very simple. You got your lesson sections and then your lessons. And so whenever I create a course, if you guys went through the product development module, hopefully you guys had a chance to go through that one in the training. If you haven't, go back and watch it. But I talk about how I create my content, right? It's all modular, or so basically I build out a table of contents in my training, then from there I kind of fill it in. So right now we're going to do a new lesson section. So we'll call this training, what should we call it? What should we create, you guys? Let's create I need a good idea. How about Facebook ads course? All right, actually let's do a traffic course. Traffic. So traffic generation 101. So we'll call that. So someone's gonna buy my traffic course. First thing I'm gonna teach them is like traffic generation 101. Then my next module maybe is gonna be Facebook ads. So we'll come in here and write Facebook ads. Now after I teach Facebook, maybe I'm gonna teach SEO secrets. And then another one I'm gonna type in, let's say PPC secrets. And yes, you guys can probably tell I like using the word secrets in everything. All right, PPC secrets. Then maybe we've got email, solo ad secrets. Anyway, so I create the different modules, right? Pretty simple. And then I come inside and say, now what lessons are going to go inside of each module? So I add the lessons. So let's say this first one is going to be traffic or understanding traffic math or something. And I put my page template. I like doing the video lessons. And then you have a drip delay. So this is where the whole micro continuity thing comes in, you guys. So if you wanted it to be like when they log in, if it's 0, it means that this will immediately be unlocked. But you can also say unlock this lesson after they've been a member for a week or after 2 weeks or after 11 days or whatever that is. So that's how you can kind of set up microconduit if you want. So lesson number 1, understanding traffic math. Lesson number 2, where is your target market? Page template, drip delays. Unlock this one after. I'll give them this one 0 as well, so they get access to that immediately. And then add another lesson. But I just start going in and adding lessons, right? Pretty simple. Where are they? Where are they congregating? Page template. Drip delay. This one will unlock after day 5, right? So I got that. Now I'm just gonna go back through and keep adding in all the different lessons into all the different sections. Now, one other thing I'm gonna show you guys really quick, and this is one of the tricks that I do that I really like, is that not only can I store all of the training here inside the members area, I can also store the upsells. So I'll show you what I do. So I clear out here in like new lessons section. So I'm gonna call this one. Let's say I have an upsell that's like, let's say I call it upsell number 1. Cool thingy. So if they buy, and I might move this one actually up to the top. So if they buy the upsell, I can say unlock this one. I'll show you guys how to do that here in a second, but unlock this whole tab. If they don't buy the upsell, lock it down. Okay, so I'll add something here. Upsell product. Pick my page template. All right, so this one they only get if they buy the upsell, right? Okay, so that's how you create the content, you guys. And then to actually add the content, it's super easy. You guys have done this a lot in the editor, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time, but I click on Open Editor. And then inside of here, I can edit everything, just like we do the other editor stuff. You can add your video links, excuse me, all that kind of thing. Now I'm going to show you, for me, like for all my membership stuff, I always use YouTube because the hosting's free. And they allow you when you're uploading a video. For example, let me show you. If I upload a new video here, see when I upload, it lets me choose. It says, how do you want to publish this? I can make it public, unlisted, or private. So it's public, everyone can see it in YouTube. If it's unlisted, only people who can see it are people who actually know the link, but they can't just find it by searching. The private means only people that you give them a password. So I use unlisted, and I upload my videos here. That way people can't find it inside YouTube, but it's really easy now to embed it inside of here. Now I want to tell you guys a story about one ClickFunnels member. And I'm not condoning this. I'm just saying this is what they did, and they made a lot of money with it. Is that they went and they created a course entirely of cool videos they found on YouTube. So they didn't create any of the content themselves. For example, let's say like Chris Farrell here made a really cool Facebook traffic trick here. So here's this video. So they just went here, then came back to the members area, and anyway, they just went and found all their favorite YouTube videos and built out an entire membership site with just YouTube videos that they found. It wasn't none of their own content. They rationalized. And again, you can, if you don't agree with this, that's fine. The way they rationalize it is like, look, all I'm doing is I'm aggregating content. You look at how does the news get paid? They aggregate content. How do big blogs get paid? They aggregate content. It's like, I'm going into YouTube, finding the actual videos that are of value to someone, putting them in a logical sequential order, and I'm selling access to that in the members area. And he does really, really good with that. So this is an idea, but that's basically how it works, right? Very simple. You gather the video, plug it in here, and now it works. Now, one thing that I want to make sure you guys understand, because this will drive you Looney Tunes. In fact, Liz called me the other day, like freaking out because she's like, I'm logging to my members area and I keep hearing my voice and it won't go away. So when somebody logs into your membership site, it loads all of these pages in the background. So if you have any of these videos on any page auto playing, even if they're not on that page, the video is going to start auto playing. Okay. And so, for example, if this little video right here, if I had this on, so basically we should probably just take autoplay off as an option on a membership site. But if this is auto playing, then every single person who logs in the membership site, that video will autoplay no matter what page they're on, which is obviously gets really annoying and it's really bad. So make sure, just a tip, do not let your videos autoplay inside your members area. Okay, so that's kind of how I add the content, you guys. That's how we edit it. It's very easy, very simple. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create a product here so you can see how we tie all this stuff in. And I might unmute Todd just in case. I think I can do this on my own, but I brought him on because I hate when I get stuck sometimes. So I'm going to unmute Todd in case he wants to jump in anywhere. Todd, how's it going?
Hey man, doing good. How are you?
Doing awesome.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm just gonna add an order form and then upsell form. That should be the only 2 pages I need, right? To be able to show what I'm trying to show. Okay, so most of the stuff, you guys, is like identical to what we talked about on sales funnels. So we're not gonna go through everything right now. We're just gonna show you the pieces that relate directly to membership sites. Okay. Add this to the funnel. And I'm also going to add an upsell to the funnel so we can show you guys how that will unlock the other page. Okay. So upsell is OTO.
I was going to say one of the really cool things is you actually don't have to have this in the same funnel either. So if you already have a sales funnel and you're trying to add the membership onto the back end, it can be in separate funnels. So right now you're obviously adding it all in one funnel, but it could really be 2 different ones. So you could have multiple sales funnels that all lead to the same membership area and provide access to different things. So that's another cool way to do it.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm learning stuff just like you guys every day. I know Todd probably thinks I'm such a dork. Every morning I wake up to like 10 Skypes, like, look what I built today in ClickFunnels. I'm up all night. You guys literally building stuff. It's so much fun.
I know, it's cool to see.
All right. Okay, cool. So here's, I got order form upsell. So I'm going to do it now, guys. I'm going to show you guys. And again, this looks squampus because my screen's blown up so big. If it was normal size, you see there's the product sell tab here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to create a product like we did last time in the sales funnel training. And one thing, Todd, you want to mention, because if they are using Stripe, membership site name. If they are using Stripe, do they have to do something different to make the recurring work for Stripe?
Slightly. So you actually set up your recurring plan inside of Stripe or Infusionsoft if you're using Infusionsoft. So you're going to create your payment plan inside of that platform. And then here you'll come and change it to subscription. If you click subscription right there, Russell, you don't have a plan specifically for this. These are actual billing plans. But you would click whichever plan you want to use inside of Stripe, and that's going to be your recurring plan. Okay. And for doing a micro continuity, you can see right below it, the next option down is number of payment plan payments. So you can limit it to, say, 3 months or 5 months or 6 months, whatever you want it to be the micro continuity range.
That's awesome. And that's important because if you guys think about Stripe, they only allow you to do continuity. So like someone signs up and then they stay on forever until they cancel. They don't allow you to have like an end date. And so this is a ninja thing Todd built in for me so that we could do micro continuity programs again.
And one of the other things that I'll make a note of too, right there below the Stripe plan, you'll see it says, note the exact plan name must exist in live and test mode. So inside of Stripe, they have a test mode and a live mode. So if you're going to be running tests inside of ClickFunnels, make sure you add the plan into both your test mode and your live mode. That way the tests work properly.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. Very cool. All right, so I added the subscription. And again, you guys, like you said, you have to create a subscription size Stripe. You're doing just one-time products, you can create it here on the fly, but the Stripe forces you to create any kind of continuity. You have to set that up inside of your Stripe account. So if you get stuck on that, contact Stripe support. They can walk you through. It's pretty easy though. And then right here, it'll show up here in this list after you create the continuity. If you do want to do micro continuity, set that up here. Then here's the email that goes out, just like we talked about during sales funnels. Now this is where it's a little different. So here, I'm creating my thank you page. Oh, so this is what you're saying, where you can pick from any members area.
Yeah, absolutely. So you scroll down and the little gray headlines are your funnel names. So you can find the most recent one, which you've got a lot of funnels, but demo membership.
I think that's the right one,
actually.
Oh, was it very last?
Yeah, I think it was, that one. There it is.
Yeah. Yes, you guys, and I'm not only one of the owners of ClickFunnels, I'm a rabid user, as you can tell. I have like 1 million already in here. So much fun. All right, so they're added. So when someone buys, it's going to take them then to the page where they create their account. That's what that means here. And if you want to, add them when they buy, if you want to add them to an autoresponder, you can. Now, if we talked about my strategy of, giving them something for free when they sign up, if you guys wanted to, you could send them a free DVD or a set of 4 or 5 DVDs from Kanaki or discdelivered.com. If you do, you just click on this, and if you have it in Kanaki, if you have a Kanaki user account, you put it in here, and it would know exactly what product it is. Now, when someone signs up, it would print this product and ship it out to them. Same thing here with this delivered. So that's just an idea. If you guys do like doing the free plus shipping to connected to your continuity, that's kind of how you would do it right in here. All right, so I create the product. Boom. So now I got a product that's tied to my order form. I'm going to add a product really quick to my upsell. And my upsell product's not going to be continuity, so I don't need to set it up inside of Stripe. We got a little bit of delay here. I was just loading. Upsell, billing, Stripe, amount. I'll sell for $97 one time. Now this is where, correct me if I'm wrong, Todd. Is this where I connect it to the same members area?
So here you would also point it to the membership area, but what you're actually going to do is restrict the access in the membership area, and I'll show you how to do that here in just a second, or we can do that on the next page. So now jump to your membership area and go to the lesson in a section right there where it says restrict access next to the delete button. Yeah, that's it. And we're going to find the product that we want to allow people to access this with, and there it is right there at the top, upsell. So what that's saying is only people that have purchased that product and gone through the sales funnel are actually going to be able to access it.
Now, does it just not appear if they didn't access it, or does it appear and it's locked down?
Correct. Currently, it just does not appear. It hides it completely.
Cool.
And that's one thing we've actually thought about adding is the ability to have in membership area upsells. So that's something we've been looking at, and we may be adding in the future here.
Very cool. So that's kind of how you guys do it. Isn't that awesome? Like, that was my favorite thing when I remember when we first were discussing this and you were talking about that feature. I didn't like the idea of it. But now that it's done, I'm like so grateful you did it, because I don't have to go and create 10 members. There's like one for every upsell and down. So everything I bought, I can have it all in one spot. And when they log in, it just, if they bought it, it unlocks that, that part shows up. If not, it's not there. And all the other training's in there. And again, if you set up a drip delay, where it's, day one, they get this, and 10 days later, they get this, and 10 days later, they get this. It's super easy to set the drip delays and then just go in and add the content. So it's pretty simple when all is said and done, you guys. It's just coming down to actually setting it up. And I've had a couple people ask me this, like, do you only do membership sites if it's like a continuity? My answer is no. I create a membership site in the back of every one of my funnels, because when they buy something, I want them to have it in a members area. Some people were telling me that, like, in their sales funnel, they were setting up and just having a thank you page. And so a lot of people somehow would find thank you page. Someone might share it with somebody else or whatever. And so that's what I like doing. I like doing the membership site, because it locks it down, so only people who buy get access to it, and it's just kind of cool. Plus, I feel like people get a better experience when they buy something and log in. There's like in a members area as opposed to a download page where they download some stuff and they might forget where it's at and all the other issues that kind of come with that.
Absolutely. One other thing we usually add too is after the upsell is the order confirmation page, which kind of acts as a receipt, so you can provide additional details. So it just doesn't just immediately drop them onto the access page. It's a little bit of a median step, and it'll list the upsell if they purchase the upsell and give them any other details.
So they have order confirmation page that it'll automatically push them to there, right?
Correct.
After they bought. Okay.
Yeah, so you set the order confirmation page and then put it right after the upsell in the funnel. And after they purchase the upsell or don't purchase the upsell, it'll drop them on the order confirmation page, which will provide access links to the membership area.
Right, so here that is. Boom, add up to funnel. All right, there's order confirmation page. Now, one question for you, Todd. So right now, the order confirmation page, when somebody buys, it drops them here. The order confirmation page will have links to the download pages for the products. Is it going to push them to these download pages, or will it push them to the membership access download page?
So it's going to push them wherever we actually set that thank you page when we were setting up the product, and we set it for both the upsell and the order form to be the membership area. Now, if you wanted to, you actually could set it to be a static thank you page, maybe for the upsell, since they're already getting a link to the membership area. So if you wanted to provide more details about the upsell, you could use the upsell thank you page as a regular page instead of the membership area, and it would still give them access to it when they log into it through their original purchase. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of an optional step. You could do it either way on the upsell, but for the front-end product, you definitely want to set the product thank you page to the membership area.
Cool. Now, one thing you guys notice is when we create this product, like we add the product to here, we add the product to the upsell page, ClickFunnels automatically generates these thank you pages for you. And so, like Todd said, you can use them if you want, or you can delete them. I think you have to actually add a page before you can delete it. So Again, I usually like when someone buys it just to go directly to the members access page. So I would just delete these. If you want to have like a thank you page where as a video you saying, thanks so much for buying, click down below to create your account, or whatever, and then you could kind of have that. I personally just I like taking them out.
Yep.
So, but that's about it, you guys. It's not too difficult. It's all just about kind of putting your stuff in there together. Now, kind of the last thing I want to just kind of, again, this steps back to the strategy part again, for you guys to think about is like when, like some people are like, well, does my product make sense for continuity? Does it not? And it just kind of depends. I was looking at like if your product is something that somebody does once, then it doesn't make sense for continuity. Like back when we were teaching micro continuity programs, people were like launching these 8-week, 9-week, 10-week continuity programs, and a lot of them didn't work. And the reason we came back to it is because the thing that they were teaching someone bought it because they wanted to learn how to do it right now. They didn't want to wait 8 weeks or 10 weeks to do it. They wanted the information right now, So if you're selling something that's like, I'm giving you access to right now because you need, you're in pain, you need this right now. It's a one-time thing that they got to figure out. Membership's probably not good. But if you got any kind of a continuing education or more training or things that you can keep teaching people or things like that, continuity is obviously really, really good. Also, if you go back to the product development module we did, where we talked about how I create a system outline, and then I go and I do survey questions, get answers and stuff like that, and I kind of build it out. A lot of times that the continuity, the membership side is just taking that thing. Like for example, let's say you sell a book. Okay, in fact, this is exciting for me today. So I'm launching my very first real book ever. We're gonna try to get on the New York Times bestselling list in about 3 months from now. And so I got the stuff back from the editor. So I actually printed out about 100 copies of them. I got one sitting here right here in my hands. So this is like my book, and I spent a year writing this thing. And if I open up, I look at the table of contents. I look at, this is my system outline, and the book is me teaching it through book format, right? Now, if I was going to turn this into a membership site, I would just take each of these tabs and have videos of me now teaching it and bulking it up. Okay, the system outline is the same for my front end product as my continuity. It's just the continuity now is I'm delivering it in a different format, delivering it through video or through audio or for different things like that. So a lot of times you can look at one of your existing products you already have and then take that content, reposition it, change it around how you present it, and turn it into a membership site really, really easily. We've seen tons of authors who have done that, where they've taken their books and then which they were making no money on, and then launching these little micro continuity or continuity programs afterwards that are bulking up and teaching their system, the same systems in their book, but teaching it through different means, and charging 10, 20, 30 times as much as they were for their book, which is really cool. So anyway, a lot of different ways to use it, you guys. And I hope that the wheels in your head are spinning. But for me, the biggest key is kind of like the reason why I showed you guys my funnel is just figuring out a really exciting way to get somebody to register and sign up for continuity. Because if you have that continuity income in your business, you guys, it literally will change your business finances. It'll change your personal life. It'll change your happiness, your stress levels forever. So I highly recommend figuring out a way to add a continuity funnel in. And hopefully this training gave you guys some ideas and showed you how easy it is to actually execute on it. And if you have any other questions, please let us know. I know we've got our team over here answering most of you guys' questions like crazy in here, which is pretty cool. And so, Kim wants me to show the book. I only have a copy in my hand here. I don't have it. It'll be close. Oh, here's something really cool. This is just totally Russell bragging time. Has nothing to do with with anything. So look what I built in ClickFunnels, you guys. This is for the last 10 years. My .comsecrets.com site has always been horrible. And because I had WordPress and I can never figure out how to use it. So I built this 2 nights ago in ClickFunnels. And this is my new .com secret site. As you can tell, 100% done inside of ClickFunnels. And I'm so proud of it. And if you click on any of the tabs, you'll see all the different pages. If you click here, video pops up. You guys should watch this video. I'm really proud of it, as you can tell. That's what the cover of my book looks like, though, Kim. So that's kind of the best I can show you. This is what the book cover is. It's a screenshot of this picture from the video where we spent 6 hours filming a 30-second clip. We literally went and we rented this gym. We cleared the whole thing out. We had this big wall. We hung up all these things. Anyway, we made this video. I'm pretty proud of it, as you can tell. But that's what the cover of the book is, and the book's just called .com Secrets. So it'll be coming out in the near future. We're just trying to get all the last things done, work with the publisher, and anyway, it's not like a traditional info product that you can just create and put out there. Have a publisher. It's been really hard, a lot harder process than I thought. So anyway, so there is, and if you look clear, guys, if you click on these things, like I'm pretty proud of like what ClickFunnels can do. Like this site looks like $1 million, and I did 100% of it inside of ClickFunnels, did all different pages, our product pages, we got our coaching pages in here. I also am working on my affiliate pages. So this is what I was working on today before the training. Actually, it was build out our new affiliate center inside of ClickFunnels. So anyway, as you can tell, you guys, I am not only a fan of ClickFunnels, I'm a user of it. This is what I'm doing all day long. When I'm not doing training webinars, I'm building our stuff out and I'm having so much fun. And so I hope that comes through in my energy and Todd's energy, because this is like literally the first tool I've ever had where I can control my destiny. I can create things, and it's literally changed my life and my business. And I hope it has for you guys as well. And that's why we appreciate you guys being part of this training. And hopefully the ideas are flowing. And yeah. So I guess last to say is that next week, I think we've got a training next week. And depending on if the automated webinar stuff is done in time, we do that. We may also I've got a couple bonus trainings I'm going to give you guys as well. So I might even do one of those next week. And a lot of people have been asking about traffic stuff. And so I may do a traffic training next week, depending on if the automated webinar funnels are done in time. So I'll keep you in the loop what's happening. I just want to keep everything moving forward and keep you guys engaged and excited. So we definitely might do the traffic training one next week. Actually, I'm thinking about it, which I think will be really good for you guys. And for those who already have funnels done or partially done, and just give you guys kind of that shot of adrenaline to get your things moving forward. So that's the game plan, you guys. Again, appreciate you guys being on, and have an awesome rest of the week. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Todd.
Thanks.